Gilliland. Thanks for being with us.
These are the memories from the Daytona 500. From the brave men and women who tackle the beach in the burly V8 streetcars.
The field strings out as Banjo Matthews sends his Pontiac screaming north at 140 miles an hour.
To the superstars of today.
Jimmy Johnson has won the Daytona 500.
You are my hero.
The sands of time have turned from decade to decade, creating lasting memories and awesome images.
Johnny Allison throws the ball.
I won the Daytona 500. I won the Daytona 500.
20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come with a caution flag to win the Daytona 500. And there's a fight between Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison. The tempers overflowing. They're angry. They know they have lost.
Racing roots that reach from generation to generation.
The legacy continues. Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the 46th Daytona 500.
Father to son.
They come to the stripe, and the winner of the 30th annual Great American Race, Bobby Allison, Davey Allison, his son in second. What a tremendous family performance.
From the windswept beaches of the 1940s and 50s and the paved speedway's first race in 1959.
Both Petty and Beauchamp fought in the identical time.
To the 7-win reign of the King.
Petty is out in front at the line, and he wins it.
Daytona has seen it all.
Sterling Marlin is jumping out of his car. He's going around to look at the right front fender. But, he can't do that.
Richard Petty goes back in front. They both spin. They're in the wall. Petty is sliding, slamming in the wall. He's coming down toward the finish line.
Rusty Wallace, 20 feet in the air, spinning, crashing.
He's going to make it. Dale Jarrett's going to win the Daytona 500. All right.
These are the memories from the Great American Race.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame. I'm Rick Allen, and welcome to Speed's Memories from the Great American Race. We're going to take a look back at what makes the Daytona 500 the granddaddy of them all, the moments and memories, the lasting images that carry in our minds for years and years. Since NASCAR moved off Daytona Beach and onto the blacktop, the Daytona International Speedway has been the world center of racing. From Lee Petty to Richard Petty, and from Dale Sr. to Jr., no other racetrack and no other race have provided us with more unforgettable moments. In 1959, NASCAR had never raced on a track as big, as steep, or as fast as Daytona. Back then, most races were still held on dirt. So when Bill France Sr. built his speedway off the beach, no one knew what to expect. Nearly 50 years later, we can't imagine life without it. 2007 brings the 49th running of the Great American Race, a race that will be run by drivers from all over the country and one from South America. It will be watched by nearly 200,000 fans in person and viewed by millions of fans in more than 100 countries around the globe. The winner of that inaugural race pocketed $19,000 for his victory. 1 year ago, last place finisher Carl Edwards won nearly $300,000. Winner Jimmy Johnson took home a cool $1.5 million. So how did we get here? And what were the milestone moments along the way? That's what we're here to show you. Up next, we'll start our journey with the greatest classic moments, including the story behind that very first race, when Speed's Memories from the Great American Race returns.
I changed my oil. Why worry about engine sludge?
You can't see sludge coming, but it can rob gas mileage and hold your car back.
Yeah, right.
Castrol GTX has an improved formula to stop sludge in its tracks.
Give me a burger, fries.
GTX's new dispersants neutralize sludge for superior protection among leading 5W and 10W30s.
And some extra napkins.
Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
Denny's works for me because I love my bacon, I love my ham, I love my sausage, and I love my money.
There's a whole lot to love with Denny's new Mega Meat Lovers Breakfast. One of 3 mega breakfasts, just $5.99. Denny's.
Works for me.
The thrill of white-knuckle driving obviously came from someone with white knuckles.
What a great day, let's bring her in.
Formula One-inspired Michelin Pilot Series high-performance tires.
Or not.
Michelin, a better way forward.
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up, free, and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Here's some radical thinking. If you want it, go get it. Like the Craftsman Locking Flex Ratcheting Wrench Set. For fast work in tight spots, nothing's better. Or how about the Craftsman Cross Force Combination Wrench Set? The handle is turned 90 degrees for comfort. And to put everything in its place, try the Craftsman Quiet Glide Storage Chest. Drawers open smooth and easy. Innovation from Craftsman. Official tools of NASCAR. Get it at Sears.
Welcome back to Speed's Memories from the Great American Race. The Daytona 500 is a culmination of a lifetime of work. Winning the 500 elevates a driver to a completely different stature, and there are just a few instances that stand alone among the rest for their intensity, drama, and excitement. That's why when we fondly look back, we call them classics. For the story, here's Steve Burns.
The Daytona 500 started out as just a dream in the wetlands of Florida for Bill France Sr. But when short track stock car racers from all over America entered the massive Daytona International Speedway for the first time in 1959, they knew that they were embarking on something special.
Nobody knew what to do. They'd never raced on a racetrack that size. So my dad put a gear in there, and he came back in after the first lap. And I said, "What's wrong? What do we need to do?" And he said, "Well, we need to change gears for one thing. I'm wound out before I get off pit road."
The first Daytona 500 had all the ingredients: a field of legendary drivers, grandstands full of curious spectators, and a finish that no one would ever forget.
Yeah, it was real interesting. You know, they had convertibles and hardtops, and I started the convertible race and ran about 6-8 laps and blew the motor. So then I went to the pit and stuff, and you know, Dad run up front all day.
Defending national champion Lee Petty and an Iowa speedster named Johnny Beauchamp waged war over the final 50 miles. The two drivers swapped the lead back and forth before encountering the lapped machine of Joe Weatherly. As the three cars came storming out of turn 4 on the final lap, no one knew who would win.
Lee Petty in the center, Beauchamp below him. The checkered flag. The race is over. Both Petty and Beauchamp clocked in the identical time.
And had it not been for an eagle-eyed photographer, we might still not know who really won.
I didn't even think anything about it until I got back to the darkroom and processed the film. And when I saw what it looked like, I took it up to the Pat Purcell, the executive manager. I really didn't see Lee until the next day because he hung around the office then. I guess he had heard through the grapevine that there was some controversy about who won.
Ironically, Petty and Beauchamp came together again in 1961 with far different results. The two crashed hard, ultimately leading to the end of Lee Petty's driving career. From that very first Daytona 500, the Petty name had been synonymous with Daytona. Following in his father's footsteps, Richard Petty won 5 Daytona 500s between 1964 and 1974. But it was 2 500s that Petty didn't dominate that many fans remember. In the 1976 version of the Great American Race, it came down to a battle between the King and his greatest rival, the Silver Fox, David Pearson.
We had been back and forth, you know, all during the race and trying to figure out where to pass and all that stuff.
I was leading the race, and David wouldn't go around me, and I knew what was going on, and I knew he was going to, you know, sling a shot by me.
Look at David Pearson. He has moved closer. Can he do it? He's going to pull out. No, he's going to slide from it. I don't know. He's down on the inside. He's got the lead, but there's a car ahead of him.
I did draft by him going down the backstretch, and just as quick as I went into 3, I drifted up, you know, normally like you'd always would, and he had so much more power than I did. He just cut right back down and come right on back around me, or started around me.
I thought I'd cleared him, and the reason I moved up was so that he didn't have another chance to run at me. You know, I mean, naturally block the track, but I liked about this much clearing him.
Richard Petty goes back in front. They both spin. They're in the wall. Petty is sliding, slamming in the wall. He's coming down toward the finish line. Will he make it? He's still moving. The car stops 300, 400 feet shy of the finish line. Pearson is still running.
Of course, I was on the radio hollering, "Where's Richard? Where's Richard?" You know, at the time, and even while I was spinning in the smoke, I had to back up and go to the left and turn that way, you know, because my front end was bent up and I couldn't turn it to the right. And went out on the racetrack and passed Richard. He was still sitting there when I went by him, and he was just what 100 yards, I don't guess, from the start and finish line when I went by.
Here comes Pearson. Pearson is going to try to make it across the finish line. Petty has his car going. Pearson's going to win it. Oh, magic angle. He wins the race.
Pearson's awareness to kick the clutch in and keep his engine running was all it took at the end of 500 grueling miles to score his lone Daytona 500 triumph. Although Petty came up short on this day, he still had a little Daytona magic left in his driving suit. For NASCAR, the 1979 Daytona 500 had a lot riding on it. For the first time, a 500-mile NASCAR race was being televised live, flag to flag, on national television.
All up and down the eastern seaboard, they had a big snowstorm. So there wasn't nothing going on but the race. You know, might have been some football games or something, but anyhow, we had a captive audience.
Early in the race, Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison tangled, seemingly knocking either from any chance at a win. Nobody told them that, though. Both charged through the field and eventually pulled away to settle the race amongst themselves. What happened next depends on whom you ask.
All I could say to myself was, I'm not going to let you under me down the back straightaway. I mean, we get to turn 3, I'm going to make it through that corner.
As I pulled out to go around Donnie down the backstretch, he just kept easing and blocking and until he blocked me completely off of the racetrack.
Where will Cale make his move? He comes from the inside. Donnie Allison throws the block. Cale hits him. He slides. Donnie Allison slides. They hit again. They drive into the turn. They're hitting the wall. They're head on the wall. They slide down to the inside. Let's watch those third-place cars. They're out of it. Who is going to win it?
The race for the win came down to 3 of the greatest names in all of motorsports.
Richard Petty is now pulling out in front. Darrell Waltrip is in second. A.J. Boyd is in third. Here they come. Waltrip trying to slingshot. Waltrip to the inside. Petty wins it.
While Petty and his crew celebrated his amazing victory, things began to heat up on the apron of Turn 3.
There was my probably best chance ever of winning the Daytona 500 gone because of a greedy person. You know, it's hard to wreck somebody if you lift your foot.
Donnie and I were down there stuck in the mud in the infield, and of course here come Bobby driving up. So we went at it for a little while, you know, but...
And there's a fight between Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison. The tempers overflowing. They're angry. They know they have lost.
The 1979 Daytona 500 had it all: a wreck, a fight, and a mad dash to the checkered flag. That race sent NASCAR on the fast track to the mainstream, and that's why many regard it as NASCAR's greatest race of all time. Well, up next, stories of inspiration when we return with Speed's memories from the Great American Race.
Yeah! Yeah!
NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot. NASCAR on Speed. It's huge.
I can feel a change a-coming. Start anew. Change. Change. A change will do you good.
Michelob Light, crafted with noble European aroma hops for a full-flavored light beer as distinctive as the bottle itself. Michelob Light, distinct by design.
Sunday, February 25th. Join Ryan Seacrest for Hollywood's biggest night.
It is E, man.
E's live from the Red Carpet 2007 Academy Awards. Sunday, February 25th, starting at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific on E. We love it too.
Brought to you by your Bay Area Saturn retailers and the 2007 Saturn Aura. 49 automotive journalists just named it the North American Car of the Year.
Catch all your favorites. Sign up today and get Comcast digital cable with digital video recorder. You'll catch all your favorite shows whenever you want. Just call 1-888-COMCAST. Comcast digital cable with DVR. It's Comcastic.
And here's Tiny Lund, the fellow who got this ride for his heroic efforts is pulling Marvin Panch out of his burning sports car, was named to drive the car as Panch is recovering. Tiny Lund doing a great job at car number 21.
Checkered flag is up, and here he comes. Under the checkered flag, Tiny Lund has taken it.
Tiny, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Congratulations. Tiny, you've just won $25,000. What will you folks do with it? Pay your bill.
Tiny Lund's win in 1963 was NASCAR's version of Win One for the Gipper. But it certainly wasn't the only inspiring story from the Great American Race. Our look at Daytona's sentimental moments begins with the only time Davey Allison said finishing second felt better than finishing first. Here's Dave Despain to explain.
Over the years, fathers and sons have made the Daytona 500 a family affair. Lee and Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt and Dale Jr., Ned and Dale Jarrett.
Super job there, Dale. I tell you, I'm really proud of you. You did just exactly what you had to do, like I told you, right?
That's right, exactly like you told me all along, Dad. Thanks for everything. I appreciate it. This is a great day.
In 1988, it was the Allison's day in the Florida sun, with two-time 500 champ Bobby sharing the field with 26-year-old son Davey.
Allison pressing hard, and it will be at the line. The Allisons, father and son, leading the first lap of the Daytona 500.
Their 1-2 positions were short-lived and would have to wait a while to resurface. 139 of 200 laps led by Bobby Allison and Darrell Waltrip. But Davey was never far back. With 17 to go, his Ford pulled up on Dad's Buick.
Trying to take some room back. Davey Allison gets into it. 3 cars for the Llewellyn.
Davey's the key right here as to who's going to lead this race. As to who he gets behind.
By staying behind his father, he pulls up. He goes to second. Dad goes out in front. Waltrip falls to third.
Now, Davey's going to take on his father before this one is over. It'll be interesting to see how he handles Dad.
Well, he said right along, if I ever got the chance, the one guy I want to be my dad, he'll never be prouder. Father and son, first and second, Daytona 500. What a remarkable race it is down inside.
With 1 to go, a father and son moment at 200 miles an hour.
It all here this afternoon.
Now, Davey, what are you going to do?
He's got less than half a lap to do.
And they have another lead. I believe this is going to be a battle between the father and son. I don't think anybody else can try it, but here he comes. He's going to do it.
Bottom. He's down low. Bobby Allison high. Davey Allison trying the inside move. Bobby Allison holds him off. They come to the stripe, and the winner of the 30th annual Great American Race, Bobby Allison. Davey Allison, his son, in second. Judy Allison ecstatic. What a tremendous family performance.
I went down low at turn 4, but he was too strong.
Did you hear Davey saying I made a try for him at turn 4, but he was too strong? The Alabama gang has conquered the Daytona 500 in its 30th running.
Well, ever since he ran so good last year, it's certainly been my dream to be able to race him for the Daytona 500, and we had it right away, and it was a great race for me and him too.
Well, you know, when I was a little kid, I always dreamed about racing with my dad and having a 1-2 finish, but I wanted him to be second. Today it was just his turn to be up front.
Well, don't feel too bad for Davy's second-place finish. He finally got his Daytona win 4 years later. In 1975, Benny Parson pulled off a major upset when he won the Great American Race, grabbing the lead when David Pearson spun with less than 3 laps to go. After the win, Parsons penned a poem to describe his feelings for the race and place that helped make him a legend. As we head to break, we pay tribute to Benny by showing you this rarely seen footage of BP reciting that very poem on the beach where it all began.
As a child, I sat with a gentle flowing mountain stream, dreamed endless and almost always beautiful dreams. Looked up and watched the white puffy clouds drift by, visualized the face of God, alone, he and I. As I look today at those billowy clouds, my ears hear the sound of water running over stones worn by the years. It sounds like the ripple of applause for something I have done, the achievements, the great and mighty battles I have won. I have chosen my life, a life of happy days, happiness, enjoyment, fulfillment, rewarded in so very many ways. I pray, Lord, let me hear the cheers, victory to remember all through the years.
Everything's getting faster, sexier, and yet less expensive. So, why not cars? Say hello to the G6 sedan, G6 coupe, and G6 hardtop convertible. G6, one of the fastest growing brands in America. Pontiac, designed for action.
I aim to cure you of your wickedness. You've been running wild on me. I'm fixing steaks for supper. I expect you to stay.
Black Snake Moon, rated R, starts Friday.
If you want to make your hard-earned dollar go a whole lot farther, get ready. Advance Auto Parts has the low prices guaranteed to save you money. Get ready to get the best price possible on all the parts and accessories you need with our ready-to-go low price guarantee. Nobody can beat our prices on just about anything for your car. So when you want to get more for your money while getting more out of your car, get to Advance Auto Parts for our everyday ready-to-go low price guarantee.
Ready in advance.
Come on, Kenny, it's going to be the biggest NASCAR season ever. I need it huge. Come on. Huger. I need more Bristol. More Bristol. Come on. You're Kenny Wallace. I need more Daytona. Come on. I'm a NASCAR fan. Throw me some swag.
We're getting ready for the biggest NASCAR season ever.
That's all right. Keep going.
NASCAR Race Day built by the Home Depot premieres today, 11 a.m. Eastern. NASCAR on speed. It's huge.
Four-car shootout to decide it all. Dale Earnhardt. Here comes Doak Cope down on the inside. Earnhardt slopping back. Something is amiss. And on the outside, it is car number 10, Derek Cope. Something amiss on the Earnhardt car. Coming to the line. It's Labonte pulling up and an amazing finish.
Brett Cope's first top 5 finish, his first victory, comes in the Daytona 500.
Derek Cope still has a problem. He's on the radio to the crew chief, Buddy Farrell. What did he say?
You don't know where Victor Lane is.
Could you figure out how to navigate him in there?
What? It's we had the best car in practice, and we had to beat Dale Earnhardt, and we did today.
Welcome back to Speed's Memories of the Great American Race. And when it comes to the Daytona 500, the biggest names seem to always step up on NASCAR's biggest stage. But every now and then, someone unexpected comes out of nowhere to upset the legends. First on that list, the son of a Harvard PhD who outdueled the King and the Silver Fox.
Back among us.
Just 2 years into his Cup career and without a single win, Pete Hamilton entered the 1970 Daytona 500 as an afterthought in a field of legends. Driving the number 40 Plymouth for Petty Enterprises, his luck began to change when teammate Richard Petty blew an engine 9 laps in and took charge of the Hamilton pit.
Richard, how do you like playing pit manager?
Well, not too good, but looks like what Pete's running, and if it worked out all right, I'd be a pit manager.
Here comes the leader, David Pearson, immediately into the pits, and just they're going for left tires and some fuel.
It came down to Hamilton and Petty's greatest rival, 3-time series champ David Pearson. Surely the veteran had enough savvy and experience to pull it off. Then again, every driver is hungry for their first Cup victory.
Do you think he could slingshot him on the last lap and come home first?
Well, I don't know, but it's that to wait and see. Looked like he could run with him, but I don't know if he got it.
There you have it from Richard Petty, whose car went out early and has been serving as pit manager for Pete Hamilton throughout the balance of this contest.
The yellow flag is still out. The caution light's still on, and Hamilton is coming back down pit lane, going back into the pits. The caution light is out because of Richard Brooks' spin. He dumped apparently some oil on the low side of turn number 2, and they are putting left side tires on Pete Hamilton's car. That gives him 4 pieces of fresh rubber. David Pearson chooses not to come back in. He remains out there.
Petty's risky move worked. Hamilton passed Pearson with 9 laps to go. Even with the lead, everyone at Daytona was still ready to write Hamilton off, waiting on Pearson to make a move.
And we should finish the 12th annual Daytona 500 with a mighty roar, and the race is on. Pearson is still close. He's right at the draft, and here he goes. He's taking his run, and Pete Hamilton right here, going into turn number 3. Can he hold it?
He went very low there. Boy, oh boy, they're really at it now.
Oh, look out! Pearson's in trouble. He almost lost it. He almost lost it. And Pete Hamilton has won his first major NASCAR victory, the Daytona 500.
Peter, congratulations, a fine drive.
Petty people, they're the best in the world, let me tell you. So is this Plymouth Superbird.
You sound happy.
I really am.
How old are you, Pete?
27.
There you go, any single girls?
Hamilton would win 3 more Cup races before retiring in 1973, all on super speedways, but none bigger than the 1970 Daytona 500. And in 2002, fan favorite Ward Burton would defy the odds to take the checkered flag at the Daytona 500. With 5 laps to go, 2-time Daytona 500 winner Sterling Marlin spun out leader Jeff Gordon, which led to a 7-car wreck and a red flag.
Sterling Marlin is jumping out of his car. He's going around to look at the right front fender. But, he can't do that.
Poised to win, Marlin's bodywork put him in the back of the pack. And when the green flag waved, Ward Burton was the new leader.
Elliott Sadler's moved into that second spot, right on the back bumper of Ward Burton.
The first 2 have never won the 500. The second 2 have won it 4 times between them.
I think Ward Burton has his car up to speed now. I think he's going to be okay.
8th 2 times is his best previous finish in the 500. Now in his 8th try at the Great American Race, it's going to be Ward Burton driving his Dodge to victory lane. Checkered flag is up, and Ward Burton is going to win the 44th Daytona 500. Bill Davis Racing and Ward Burton have just won the Great American Race.
You know, the following week at Rockingham, fans greeted Marlin with signs and banners that read, "Sterling, stay in your car." Marlin is one of only 3 men to win back-to-back 500s. Impressive, but even that won't make the cut on our next segment. The Daytona Dominators are up next when we return.
The Nextel All-Star Challenge is only on speed.
This is Duralast, brakes built to exceed the need. Engineered with molded technology for better performance and longer life. Torture tested to perform under the most extreme conditions. Built for superior stopping power and backed by a nationwide lifetime warranty. Get the brakes built to exceed the need. Only at AutoZone.
What's up, chumps?
I thought we got rid of him.
We wanted to. But he's the only one who knows how to fix our computers.
Hey, Steve.
Dude, I'm on my break.
Where'd my computer crash?
Hey, can you shut my door?
Tired of your tech support? Finally, there's a better way. Introducing Staples EasyTech. Now get Windows Vista at Staples and have our experts install it free. Staples, that was easy.
Pairing beer with food works just as well as pairing wine with food.
A Sam Adams lager could complement a salmon dish with a little bit of spice to it.
The maltiness and the hoppiness of the lager work well with Indian food.
With steak, this is a natural combination for me.
The cherry wheat with the summer salads.
The Boston Ale balances well with the fish.
It's all a matter of finding the beer that fits what you're eating.
If people are really honest with themselves, I think sometimes you'd just rather have a beer.
Bobby Allison high. Davey Allison trying the inside move. Bobby Allison holds him off. They come to the stripe. And the winner of the 30th annual Great American Race, Bobby Allison. Davey Allison, his son, in second. What a tremendous family performance.
Dale Jarrett's taking no chances. And Ned, in the glare, Spencer's car is going to be hard to see against the wall. All the spotters on the radios to their drivers, stay low. And here they come. Jarrett gets the white and the yellow flag, and Dale Jarrett going to win the Daytona 500. Dale Jarrett loves Daytona. He's a champion of this race for the third time. Here comes Jarrett. He's all the way to the bottom, almost in the grass. He slides up the racetrack, and Jeff Gordon will win it for the second time. Wow, what a race. Wow, they're bouncing off each other. Jeff Gordon's going to win his third Daytona 500. Richard Petty has won the great race 7 times. Cale Yarborough is a 4-time winner. And now, you're the man. Jeff Gordon joins Dale Jarrett and Bobby Allison as the 3-time winner of the Daytona 500.
Welcome back to Speed's Memories from the Great American Race. Winning 3 Daytona 500s puts any driver into one of NASCAR's most exclusive clubs. But even those guys can't hang with our next 2, a pair of legends with 11 victories between them. For their story, here's Dave Despain.
A last lap pass on Buddy Baker enabled Yarborough to score his 3rd win in the Super Bowl of stock car racing. It also helped ease the pain of losing his primary car for the 500.
You know, I was so bad in the dumps. I don't believe I've ever been that far down as I was when we crashed that car early in the week, and knew that we had to go get a backup car, but you know, I didn't do this. The crew did it. They brought this car here. They prepared it. They made it where I could win the race with it.
This is it, the last lap of the Great American Race. Down to the inside, the move he loves. Here he comes up to the inside. It is Cale Yarborough taking first as they get into turn number 3, coming for 4. They're coming to the finish line. At the line, it is Cale Yarborough. He's done it again. Thank you, Lord.
With back-to-back wins, Yarborough was the 2nd driver to win 4 500s. King Richard Petty had 7, his 6th most memorable, with a little help from Cale.
All come down to this. Out of turn 2, Donnie Allison in first. Where will Cale make his move? He comes to the inside. Donnie Allison throws the block. Cale hits him. He slides. Donnie Allison slides. They drive in the turn. They're hitting the wall. They're head on the wall. They slide down to the inside. Let's watch those third-place cars. They're out of it. Who is going to win it? Richard Petty is now pulling out in front. Darrell Waltrip is in second. A.J. Boyd is in third. Here they come. Waltrip trying to slingshot. Petty is out in front. At the line. Waltrip to the inside.
Danforth and Waltrip all got hung up, and we was just having a heck of a race for third place. You know, we run around there and we come off of the second corner and the lights come on. And I think at the time Ford hesitated. Okay, he, you know, didn't run with us enough to know what was going on. Well, me and Darrell knew first one back was going to be third place car. So, you know, we was really digging along there. Man, we started in the third turn down there, and here sat a couple of cars on the infield, and you didn't really pay that much attention because you knew there was a caution. Then when you got there, you realized which cars they were. That was number 1 and number 2 laying in the infield. And, you know, I done all I could do to stay in front of Darrell. I think I cut him off a little bit coming off the 4, and, you know, we wound up first and second.
With 7 championships and 200 wins, Petty knows victory can't be credited to driver or car alone. The King acknowledges everything but himself when it comes to his Daytona domination.
We had a bunch of good crews that stayed together. My brother built all the engines. Dale Emmons was the crew chief. We basically used the same cars all those years. You know, the whole deal. It was just a good combination of people. We had about 8 or 10 people working, and they all just worked together. They was just one big family, and everything went good. And then when we was running so good, then a lot of times the competition then overreacts. Okay, they got to do a little bit more, and they do too much, and then they have trouble, or they gamble on a pit stop, or, you know, whatever. You know, just everything was just flowing, and everybody was shooting at us, and a lot of times they're shooting themselves in the foot by doing that instead of just going ahead and running their own deal. And we wasn't looking at anybody as being competition. We was just saying, okay, if we run all day and don't have no trouble, we're going to finish good, or we're going to win these races.
We'll be right back with much more, so stay tuned. Still to come, big wrecks, runaway wins, and feelings of relief.
Yeah! Yeah!
NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot. NASCAR on speed. It's huge.
I can feel a change a-coming, start anew. Change will do you good.
Michelob Light, crafted with noble European aroma hops. For a full-flavored light beer as distinctive as the bottle itself. Michelob Light, distinct by design.
Cars are fun. Shopping for them should be too. VHICS.com. Roadmap to the automotive world.
Catch all your favorites. Sign up today and get Comcast digital cable with digital video recorder. You'll catch all your favorite shows whenever you want. Just call 1-888-COMCAST. Comcast digital cable with DVR. It's Comcastic.
Racing at Daytona has always meant running on the cutting edge of speed, and that means the constant risk of a spectacular accident. We take a look at some of the most memorable. The good news? Everyone walked away. For a report on the wrecks, here's Steve Burns.
One of the worst crashes captured on film occurred in the 1971 Daytona 500. You can see in this rare footage, Maynard Troyer flipped his number 60 Ford in turn 2 and resulted in a horrific crash that looked like some sort of Hollywood stunt. In slow motion, you can see he rolled over 15 times. Even more incredible than the accident itself was the fact that Troyer was not seriously injured. Take a look at some of these other spectacular Daytona 500 crashes.
Trouble behind. Rusty Wallace is turning over.
Rusty Wallace, 20 feet in the air, spinning, crashing.
Well, I'll tell you, when they're running that close together, jockeying around position, you just know that things like this are going to happen.
Hopefully Rusty's okay here.
Pontiac number 2, totally destroyed. Safety crews on it and in it just as soon as the field moved by.
Yeah, that car had hardly stopped rolling until one safety member was right there.
Yeah, it looked like the 66 and the 30. Got to look at Rusty's car, how high in the air. Real violent flips right here.
Look at this Wallace car, just disintegrating. Frightening crash. The 1989 Winston Cup champion, Rusty Wallace, walks away from the remains of that car. Unbelievable.
Hard into the wall. A horrible crash on the back straightaway that began when Tony Stewart got turned sideways against the backstretch wall number 20. There's Tony, helmets off, talking to the folks there. He's talking to Bobby Labonte, his teammate. He gathers himself together and prepares to get out. But great news that he is okay.
Of course, Tony Stewart won airborne here.
And it was Ward Burton's car being sideways that blocked up the track for everybody behind him.
God help all of them, because there's no place to go. That must be at least 30 cars in that wreck. Tony Stewart's car just took a whale of a ride. It's getting hit. It's upside down. It's hit on its roof. It's on fire.
Tony Stewart goes for one of the wildest rides in recent memory at Daytona.
Trouble, bad trouble.
A terrible crash. Richard Petty's car has turned over 7 or 8 times coming off turn 4 and was just struck by another car. It's one of the most violent accidents we've ever seen at the Daytona International Speedway.
It was one of the worst accidents we've seen here in quite a while, Chris. As you can see, the damage to the back of the car.
Parts of Petty's Pontiac are all over the racetrack. It's going to take a long, long time to clean up this damage.
That's the fuel cell that has come out of Petty's car. It was broken loose.
It's amazing, you know, that the fuel cell ripped out of the car. There was no fire.
Let's take a look in replay at what has happened out of turn 4.
It immediately went up in the air once Mark Knoll hit him. And it sent the car up in the air. Then it got on its nose as it got against the fencing and continued to barrel roll down the track. That was a wild ride.
We'll be right back with more great memories, including some of the biggest routes in Daytona history. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
President's Day only comes once a year. And to celebrate, Chevy has some commanding offers with great deals on almost every 07, like 0% for 60 months on the Silverado Classic. Hurry, 5 days only. Then this and other great deals are history. See your local Chevy dealer today.
If you want to make your hard-earned dollar go a whole lot farther, get ready. Advance Auto Parts has the low prices guaranteed to save you money. Get ready to get the best price possible on all the parts and accessories you need with our ready-to-go low price guarantee. Nobody can beat our prices on just about anything for your car. So when you want to get more for your money while getting more out of your car, get to Advance Auto Parts for our everyday ready-to-go low price guarantee.
Ready and advanced.
Heat. Enemy of engines. Enemy of heat? Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic, with adaptive molecules that continually separate and reform to help conquer heat. Not just oil, Pennzoil.
I'm looking for my perfect match. I'm in sharing lots of pictures, quiet times, must be virus-free. Got anything like that?
Sure. Take a look at this notebook down here.
With over 60,000 Windows Vista trained employees, Best Buy will match you up with a PC you'll love.
This gateway is perfect for what you want to do.
And Geek Squad can personalize it for you.
Now buy a select notebook or desktop with Windows Vista and save $150 instantly. It's time to love your PC. Come find your match at Best Buy.
Welcome back to Speed's Memories of the Great American Race. Now, throughout our show, we've seen some of the closest finishes in Daytona history. This next batch of memories are the complete opposite, when one team or one driver smoked the competition. Take a look.
When it comes to the Kingdom of Daytona, no one has ruled like the king himself, Richard Petty. The first of his 7 Daytona 500 victories came in 1964 when Plymouth came to the beach with a brand new engine, the Hemi. Petty lapped second-place Jimmy Pardue and put 2 laps on the third-place man, leading all but 16 of 200 laps. The final margin of victory, a lap and 9 seconds. Not surprisingly, Plymouth took the top 3 spots, but no one could match that Petty power. In 1985, Bill Elliott lapped all but second place en route to his first Daytona 500 win.
Bill Elliott, one of the most remarkable performances in the history of this race by any individual.
Unbelievable in today's competition. You just cannot believe that one man could do that.
He's obviously the car's had the legs of the field the whole week. There's an indication of just how much power this number 9 has as it draws away.
Well, I think Tim Brewer said it there, and that's the strongest car that he had ever seen here. And I'll tell you, it's been a long time since we've seen a car that dominant at Daytona.
Here's Bill Elliott drawing away again, and he seems to be able to handle the field any way he wants to. Dominating the great American race, Bill Elliott wins the 1985 Daytona 500.
If he'd had a really lucky day, he could have won this race by, a couple of 3 laps.
Drivers weren't the only guys who can dominate at Daytona. Car owner Rick Hendrick, at home, ill with leukemia, watched all 3 of his drivers sweep the field in 1997.
The Hendrick stable giving it their best for Rick Hendricks here today. In the back straightaway, Gordon out in front. It could be 1, 2, 3 for Hendrick. Craven is into third. What a finish for Hendrick Motorsports. Gordon first, Labonte second, Craven third.
When Gordon pulled into victory lane, he was greeted by a familiar voice.
He's on the cell phone to Rick Hendrick. On the phone to Charlotte, North Carolina. We'll listen in.
Did I tell you what we're going to do or what? I told you, man. Hey, I got to go talk to the world here, buddy. Thank you so much. We love you, and this one's for you, man. All right, thanks.
Jeff Gordon, come on out here. Yes. Winner of the Daytona 500, youngest driver to do it. How many Winston Cup drivers carry a cell phone in their car?
Well, they handed it to me right as I came to Victory Lane, and that's the first person I want to talk to anyway. No offense, Mike, but
okay.
This one's for Rick Hendrick. 1, 2, 3. That is so awesome.
I want to say hi to Rick Hendrick back home, and I'll tell you what, it was awesome. I couldn't be happier for all of us coming down here and finishing first, second, and third. It was just a great day.
What's it mean to you to have this Hendrick team come in 1, 2, 3 in your first ride with them?
I got to tell you, there's not a person in the world with greater regard for people than Rick Hendrick. He was very gracious to me, and today all 3 of us paid him back.
This is a first. The top 3, all from the same racing stable, dominate the 39th annual Great American Race.
Speaking of Daytona beatdowns, the largest margin of victory was posted in 1973 when Richard Petty won by more than 2 laps over Bobby Isaac. Up next, a group of men who learned to be very patient in a very impatient profession. Stay tuned.
Yeah! Yeah!
NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot. NASCAR on speed. It's huge.
2004, he was champion. But after 2 years of disappointment, can Chad Reed reclaim the crown? Supercross San Diego. Coverage begins tonight, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, only on Speed.
I changed my oil. Why worry about engine sludge?
You can't see sludge coming, but it can rob gas mileage and hold your car back.
Yeah, right.
Castrol GTX has an improved formula to stop sludge in its tracks.
Give me a burger, fries.
GTX's new dispersants neutralize sludge for superior protection among leading 5W and 10W30s.
And some extra napkins.
Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
You know that you want to buy a certified pre-owned BMW, but at the same time, you know you don't want to run all over the Bay Area to find it. Time to check out eastbaybmw.com. eastbaybmw.com's incredible selection of certified pre-owned BMWs is so detailed that it almost feels like you're right there checking them out, or even driving it away. East Bay BMW, where the excellence of our web is just part of the excellence of everything we do.
Got a truck or SUV? Then get to Pick 'em Up Truck Store. Now open in Antioch right next to Costco. Pick 'em Up Truck Store specializes in truck and SUV accessories and has just what you're looking for. Bedliners, toolboxes, towing accessories, roof racks, taillight covers, side steps, and more. We can handle custom orders, and our experienced staff can assist you in making the right decisions on the quality parts you need. If you've got a truck or SUV, you've got to get to Pick 'em Up Truck Store. Now open at 1921 Vern Roberts Circle next to Costco in Antioch.
In 48 previous editions of the Daytona 500, only 29 men have had the opportunity to drive into the greatest victory lane in all of stock car racing. For some drivers, it didn't take long to get there, but for others, the journey was long and painstaking.
Buddy Baker had been coming to Daytona Beach since he was a boy with his dad, NASCAR champion Buck Baker. Buddy's chance to hit the high banks came in 1961. But Buddy's hard driving, no-holds-barred driving style didn't help when it came to conquering NASCAR's greatest race. As a matter of fact, he failed to finish 13 times in his first 17 starts. That is, until 1980.
There was something magical about the minute they dropped the green flag. I told Harry Raniere and Waddell Wilson, all the crew, I said, well, we're on our way. And it was a perfect race.
And after all those years of effort, all those heartbreaks, the 1980 Daytona 500 waving like mad as he crosses the line. Buddy Baker has done it.
Buddy's win still stands as the fastest Daytona 500 ever run at an average speed of just over 177 miles per hour. Unlike Buddy Baker, Darrell Waltrip had been the picture of consistency throughout his career. In a 15-year period from 1975 to 1990, Waltrip won 79 races, more than any other driver in NASCAR, and 3 championships. But it was Daytona that always eluded DW. In 1989, the numbers were on his side.
My name has 17 letters in it. My daughter Jessica Lee has 17, and she was born on the 17th, and the purse was $1.7 million. And it just kept going on and on and on, and people were saying, yeah, did you know my house is built on lot number 17? So it really turned out to be really funny.
After 17 years of effort, the Daytona 500 belongs to Franklin, Tennessee's Darrell Waltrip.
Oh, I won the Daytona 500! I won the Daytona 500!
Darrell, how long?
Wait. This is the Daytona 500, isn't it? You bet. Don't tell me it isn't. Thank God.
The most famous winless streak at Daytona belonged to the man who had more success than anybody else, Dale Earnhardt. The Intimidator won over 30 different events at the legendary Speedway, but never the Daytona 500. Always in contention at the end, always something happening to keep Earnhardt from the checkered flag.
We run over some debris and cut a right rear tire down, David. Just a quarter of a lap away from victory.
It was one of those deals that he had it so, we were so dominant and so close to winning the Daytona 500. It really hurt. And I know Dale felt bad about it. He never showed his emotion. He never complained, even to me, about it. But I knew how bad he wanted to win that Daytona 500.
Earnhardt came to Daytona in 1998 with an air of confidence. But that confidence was tempered by a sense of calm. And as the race wound down to its conclusion, Earnhardt was again right in the thick of a tight battle.
They're not going to wait for one to go. 7 laps to go. Here comes Mayfield right up against the bumper of Earnhardt again.
2 to go. I thought, well, we've been here before, leading the race, and, what's going to get us this time, and then they come back, and that's when you could race back to the flag, and he pulled it off.
20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500.
The winless streak was over in Earnhardt's 20th try. It was a day no race fan would ever forget, a day many wish were frozen in time.
We've won it, we've won it, we've won it.
Several drivers will be looking to end career-long droughts in this year's race. Mark Martin, Ricky Rudd, Kyle Petty, and Ken Schrader have made a combined 71 Daytona 500 starts, but are still looking for their first win. We'll be back to wrap things up after this.
Come on, Kenny. It's going to be the biggest NASCAR season ever. I need it huge. Come on. Huger. I need more Bristol. More Bristol. Come on. You're Kenny Wallace. I need more Daytona. Come on. I'm a NASCAR fan. Throw me some swag.
We're getting ready for the biggest NASCAR season ever.
That's all right. Keep going.
NASCAR Race Day built by the Home Depot premieres today, 11 a.m. Eastern. NASCAR on speed. It's huge.
Oh yeah, this is what you crave. The most advanced battery technology out there. From 2 names you can count on. It's Craftsman Professional Power Tools, fueled by die-hard lithium-ion batteries. Revolutionary. Lithium-ion technology is lighter. It lasts longer and gives you over 1,500 more charges than the average battery. Yep, the future is here. It's lithium power from Craftsman, the official tools of NASCAR. Get it at Sears.
Denny's works for me because I love my bacon, I love my ham, I love my sausage, and I love my money.
There's a whole lot to love with Denny's new Mega Meat Lovers Breakfast. One of 3 mega breakfasts, just $5.99. Denny's.
Works for me.
This lush expanse of green does more than beautify our world. Trees help clean the air of carbon dioxide, a major greenhouse gas. As North America's largest recycler, last year alone, Waste Management recycled enough paper to save over 41 million trees. From everyday collection to environmental protection, think green. Think Waste Management.
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up, free, and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Okay. Hey!
Oh, hey! Hi, Kevin, right?
Right.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, good. And is it Margaret?
Melissa.
Right. You're much too pretty to be a Margaret.
Hi, I'm a Margaret.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't,
Things don't always go down smoothly, but your beer should. With a specially lined can to seal in the taste, Keystone Light is always smooth, even when you're not.
Got it.
So what will be the next timeless memory from the Great American Race? Will we see Jeff Gordon or Dale Jarrett add a 4th win? Will Jimmy Johnson make it 2 in a row? Or will someone totally unexpected win the Harley J. Earl Trophy? One thing is for sure, we better watch, because you never know what's around the next turn. For Speed's Memories from the Great American Race, I'm Rick Allen. Thanks for watching.